please welcome to the stage our next act, the wonderful Dan Pitts. Give it up for Dan, ladies and gentlemen.
Morning, everyone. Ready to keep that positive energy going? Awesome. So evil. A wise man once said, evil can only triumph when good men do nothing. Yeah, Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin when he forgot to do the washing up, so it swings and roundabouts, really. I said to my girlfriend, Hitler ended the lives of millions during the Second World War, and penicillin saved the lives of millions during the Second World War. And she said, are we going to have this conversation every time it's your turn to do the washing up? And I was like, well, yeah, you're always telling me I'm not doing anything, and Fleming won a Nobel Prize for doing nothing. I could be washing away the cure for cancer here. And she said, I don't think 4-day-old bolognese grease is going to cure cancer. And I was like, well, not with that attitude, it won't. So I like war, a big fan of war. I used to play war games at school, games like Army. In that game, you have to choose your weapon of choice. And my friend would be like, I've got the bazooka. And someone else would be like, I've got the machine gun. And they'd say, what's your weapon of choice, Dan? I'd be like, the landmine. See, I was being clever and playing the long game there, because those idiots thought the war was just going to last to the end of the lunch hour. And I was making plans on killing children on that playing field for the next 10 years. Because what are landmines, really? Whoopee cushions of war, if you think about it. They stay hidden, they make a loud noise when they go off, and children love playing with them. No, they do. Do you remember the pranks they used to play when you were younger? They'd be like, hey, Grandma, would you like a seat? Ah, wanker, Grandma. Hey, random pregnant lady on the train, would you like a seat? Ah, wanker, random pregnant lady on the train. Hey, younger brother, would you like to retrieve that football from the demilitarized zone bordering Kosovo and Serbia in the early 1990s? Ah, wanker, younger brother. With no legs. So I like war, I'm a big fan of war, but if you say that to a room full of strangers, they think you're a psychopathic serial killer, so I'll rephrase that. I'm interested in military history. There you go. It's the only socially acceptable way of saying that sentence. But it got me thinking that I think the bedrooms of military historians and psychopathic serial killers probably look very similar. If you imagine the hunt for a serial killer and someone goes into a bedroom like the police and they go, Sarge, I think we found our guy. Look, he's got loads of books with images of genocide and executions and religious persecutions. Like, don't worry, he's clearly a military historian and they're just history books. Yeah, well, what about this? He's got loads of swords and knives on the walls. Like, yeah, they're ceremonial swords and knives. He's clearly a military historian. What about that? He's got a Princess Diana calendar. Well, now that is fucking weird. I think you're right. I think we have found our guy. Also, it's written in human blood. I killed all those people above the calendar. We should have noticed that really when we walked in the room. I don't know why you were flicking through his books. I read a headline the other day that said, Prince Harry follows Princess Diana's footsteps through the minefield of Angola. And I thought, well, that's sensible. Because if it was a choice of following the footsteps of Diana or following footsteps that lead to a giant smoking hole in the ground, I think he made the right choice. Also, walking through a minefield is not a time to be rebellious. Be like, Prince Harry, you need to follow in your mother's footsteps. Like, I don't want to, I'm a rebel. No, you actually really do need to follow in her footsteps. It's like, yeah, but I'll do what I want. It's like, yeah, we all remember that Halloween costume, Harry. I was actually thinking the only thing that would have been more tasteless than Harry's Nazi Halloween costume would have been if he went to that party dressed as Princess Diana walking through a minefield. But just me then. Another big difference between psychopathic serial killers and military historians is apparently psychopathic serial killers look a lot sexier in turtleneck jumpers. I was speaking to a girl from work and we were talking about the recent Ted Bundy documentary, and she said, yeah, but you got to admit he was sexy. And I was like, really? You do know what he did, yeah? He always wore a turtleneck. I really don't know what's a bigger red flag, the turtleneck or his criminal record, but, you know, who am I to judge? That's it for me, guys. Thank you very much.